Zoom meeting.
Yes, it's a great time.
Fancy.
So, hey everyone.
Hi.
This is going to be the first interview segment of Thrive Tribe.
Yeah.
Today I have my friend Melissa Cavey. She's the best. We just already talked for 20 minutes, so great time.
You missed out on some
You
good
missed
stuff.
out. So we're going to talk about coming back stronger from injuries. I feel like injuries with dancers, no one wants to talk about it. We're afraid to talk about it, but it happens, big or small scale. So we're just going to chat, and hopefully it's entertaining and fun. So, great things.
I feel like I'm on Live with Kelly.
I know. Whoa. Yes. So first, just tell us about you, where you're from, what you've done, your favorite job you've done, and stuff like that.
I'm from Jersey.
Yes.
I'm a Jersey girl.
Jersey girls represented today.
Fist pump. So I'm from New Jersey. I went to school, Coastal Carolina University, BFA Musical Theater. Graduated in 2016. And what else? My favorite job? Yeah. Well, my favorite job was the Chorus Line National Tour.
Lit.
Literally a dream freaking come true. So
it was such
that
a
happened.
show. I saw it when what was that a year ago?
When did you see it? Did
when
you
it
see
came
the
to Jersey?
Morristown?
Yeah. It was really good.
Yep.
So
yeah, fun fact, she saw it the day after we were stuck on our tour bus for 22 hours in a snowstorm.
I remember that. And then the next day I was driving down every day to start my contracts. I was like, I'm going to go see my friends and get inspired and then go do my job.
Love it.
Brilliant. Great thing. Cool. So let's just get right into it. Tell us about the injury you had that you got corrective surgery for this year and just kind of your experience. I don't know if it was something that bothered you for years, if there was an event that happened.
Yeah, it was kind of a mix of both. So I started taking dancing really seriously, I would say my freshman year of college. And I went to the ABT Summer Intensive, the summer after freshman year.
Gotcha. In New York? Or?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was 2013, and I was hard-hitting ballet, going crazy.
Yeah.
And then later that summer, I was just doing Petit Allegro in my house, literally just practicing. And I dislocated my knee. It just knocked right out.
Okay. Yeah.
So that was the first time it happened.
Yeah.
And then after that, it happened about, I would say, once a year, but also it would kind of it would fully dislocate once a year, but it would almost every time I was dancing kind of track wrong.
Okay.
And I did do PT after the first dislocation, and I guess it helped that it's all a blur at this point.
So many years ago.
Yeah. But it was always something in the back of my head, just being careful with my knee. I would always do just different PT things that I had learned, Pilates, everything I knew how to prevent.
Yeah.
So, I didn't dislocate my knee until the last time was senior year, and then 2 years later.
Yeah.
So it didn't dislocate for 2 years.
Yeah.
So,
wow. Yeah.
So I was going good. I honestly had stopped thinking about it.
Yeah.
I was going strong, on tour with the Chorus Line. We were 6 months into the tour, I think. And I still, before every show, would do PT. Yeah. Just, it was just what I would always do. So used to it.
Routine.
Yeah. So I would do PT before every show, but kind of leading up to April, I was feeling I don't know, weird. Very weak in my right leg.
Gotcha.
I don't know how to explain it, but I felt I couldn't, activate or control my muscles. And I did feel a little bit of, the tracking issue still.
Yeah.
And then one time during the show, the opening number, ballet combination, did the leap down stage, and I felt fine, and then I tombe and just fell to the ground. Yep.
Oh, I didn't know. Wow.
And then I think I thought I just fell, so I got up and then I fell down again and realized my kneecap was on my shin. So apparently I looked at the boys who were all on stage left and I said, I have to go.
Yeah.
And I crab walked off stage. And then I was from the wings waving to my understudy. I was I'm out.
Go.
I'm out.
It's your turn, girl.
So the cut dancer turned into Val.
Oh, easy transition there. Okay.
She literally jumped right in.
Wow. Live theater.
Right.
Live
and
theater.
then I went back in the show 2 days later. So I kept going after that, and I would just KT tape my knee. crazy.
Yeah.
And I wasn't allowed to wear a brace, which I thought was interesting because I'm like, we're dancers, but they just wanted me to look like I didn't have a problem.
Yeah.
So I would like KT tape with nude tape under my tights. And I like kept going, and then once we were done, that was like the end of the US leg of the tour. So we had a 2-month layoff before we went to Japan.
Yeah.
Went to my doctor, Dr. Rose, who is with Harkness, which is like the dance clinic.
Yeah.
So it's like he like is specialized in dancers, so that's really cool.
Are they through NYU, right? Okay.
NYU Harkness. Yeah, go to them. They're great.
Yeah.
Highly recommend. So I went to him and I told him everything that had happened, and then he brought up the surgery issue, and he was like, this might be something you want to consider. And then that's when I found out that I also have had like, basically since I was born, anatomically, my shin, I'm going to show you, was like aligned to the side. So then the ligament that connects through over your patella was then also to the side. So then my kneecap was tilted and pushed to the side, and it was never in the groove.
So like, anatomically there was always an issue you didn't know about.
So basically my whole life, like my kneecap was
just slightly altered.
So then once I dislocated it, that caused all the ligaments around to be really loose. And then as I kept dancing and like my ligaments trying to like, what's the word? Change to like
morph.
To help
adapt.
Yes. That like my muscles and everything were like trying to adapt to the location of my patella in like a way, like they were working in ways they're not meant to. So then that just caused like all weakness. I couldn't activate the muscles correctly.
Got it.
So he told me all of that, and I'm like, well, shiz.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So then he was like, try PT for 2 months, go back to the show, see what happens.
Okay.
So did PT, busted my butt for 2 months, went to Japan, and like beforehand I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do this surgery. Like, so I felt going into Japan. First week in, still KT taping. I was like, if I didn't have this tape on, my knee would be flying out.
Gotcha.
So called my mom from Japan. I was like, can you call the doctor? Get me scheduled for surgery right after.
Listening,
And so that's what I did. Yeah.
That was sort of my next question, was like, how did you know the surgery?
It was the right time.
Like the right thing for you to do.
It like honestly, it fell into the perfect time because I was ending my contract, would get it done in the fall, and then recovery was 6 months. So it'd give me time to do some of audition season.
Yeah.
So I was like freaking out. I was like, the day I get back from surgery, or from the contract, get me surgery. Get it done.
Just get it done. Get it over with.
So that's basically what I did. Just like got it done. And I just knew, like, feeling how I felt like my leg, this is so weird to explain, like wasn't a part of my body. Like I did not feel in control no matter how many exercises I did. I couldn't get it to do what it needed to do, and it made no sense. Like my jumps, I could not get up off the ground. Turns, I couldn't push to go into the turn. And it was like the weirdest thing, and also just feeling nervous all the time. Like
that's half it, not all the battle.
And I just knew I didn't want to feel that way for the rest of my life, and I'm still young. Like I was 24 when I got it done, and just like, it's fine. I have so much time ahead of me, and also if I didn't get it now, I would eventually have to do it.
I felt
so
like this
you might
was
as well just do it.
And like you said, I felt like with where you were at in your career, it was such a good time to do it. You just like still not act. You had this great gig you just finished. Take some time. Like if it's the right time, it's the right time.
And also, honestly, I felt emotionally it was the right time as well, because tour was long and tiring, and while I was so grateful and it was amazing, I did feel like I needed to like give myself a moment to reevaluate my life and like relook at my goals and just kind of breathe. And it sort of like, people were like, oh, you're probably freaking out that you're getting this surgery and you're out of the game, and I'm like, I actually feel okay. Like, it's fine.
And everything
a few months like with my parents, just like relaxing and not freaking
outside
out.
Of the city,
it was fine.
Taking a break. That's awesome. What was my tell us about like, so the surgery happened in the fall, right? Okay, so why don't you tell us like, I guess a little bit about that day, and then what the recovery process is going to be 6 months, but what did that like kind of involve and stuff? Yeah.
So the surgery just went in and went out, and what they did was they cut a wedge off of my shin.
So great.
Right. Creepy. Like, it freaks me out when I think about it. And they like moved it over.
Oh, wow.
Reattached my patella tendon to the shin, so I had a screw.
Yeah.
And then also tightened all of these muscles. So I came out with one of those braces that's from your ankle all the way, like
the like full
to your
thing.
hip. And they told me, like, do not activate any of your muscles. So for 6 weeks,
wow,
I couldn't, like, you know when you just like tighten your kneecap or like your thigh?
Yeah,
I couldn't even. They were like, do not activate anything because it had to heal.
Yeah.
So 6 weeks. No weight on my leg at all. When I got up off the couch, both my parents had to, like, my mom got the bottom part of my leg, my dad got the top, and they had to, like, pivot me off the couch. Yeah.
Mom and Dad.
Crazy, I know. Come through, Bill and Karen.
Yes.
Yeah, so it was crazy. Like, I would hold my pee all day because I didn't want to have to get up off the couch.
Yeah.
Because all the blood would flow down. It was disgusting.
Just like, I'm good. Well, wait. Yeah.
So the first 2 weeks were, like, so painful. It was so bad.
That's really hard.
But then after that, like, it started to get better. The swelling was going down. So it was full 6 weeks of just kind of like chilling on the couch. Then finally, at my 6-week appointment, the doctor, there's like a little hinge by your knee, and he unlocked it so I could start bending it.
Okay.
So then I had to do like bending exercises, and that was like the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And it would feel like when there's like cobwebs, like that's how it would feel, and be like. So I had to do that every day, and then so I got surgery October 9th, and the week of Thanksgiving, I got to start PT.
Oh wow!
So that's when I started just doing things like on the table, and then I started to walk that weekend a little bit, like with my crutches.
Okay, cool.
So just like lightweight with my crutches. So that was like a month and a half later, just kind of being mobile.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I don't even know when I actually took my first steps. Like, without the crutches. It was a little bit before Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was just like a slow little process. Like, even just being, one of the hardest things with my crutches, once I was allowed to activate my muscle, getting it to activate to swing my leg forward so I can crutch.
To have the
like,
momentum.
That was like a huge deal that I could like push my leg forward.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
The things
I was like,
about.
2 months ago I was like kicking my leg up to here, and now I can't even like move it.
What
an
a
inch.
humbling moment though. but then when you can, it's like a huge thing.
Like every little thing that I'm like, Mom, look what I can do. Like I was a kid again.
Yeah.
It was just like a weird experience.
Yeah. Like, okay, I'm learning how to walk again.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But then once I did start walking, like everything kind of snowballed. Like it all started happening really quickly. Like, I can walk without the crutches now. I can like walk faster. I can like lift my leg up to my chest. Like, I can bend my knee more than 90 degrees. Like, yeah.
That kind of leads into my next question, which is like those little wins that happen. Like, how important were they? And what were maybe like your top, I don't know, 2 or 3 wins that you had in that process?
Yeah, they were just like every little moment like that. I think one of my biggest ones was getting my knee past 90 and just like, because before that it was like, you couldn't see how you would be able to bend further than that. Like, I was like, there's no way. Like, it feels stuck. It's just a weird feeling. And then like when I finally got it past, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be normal again. Like, I'm gonna be able to do a squat.
Yeah.
And squatting also, the first day in PT, I think I cried when my PT was like, we're gonna try a squat.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I can use my butt muscles.
Like, booty needs to be
just little things like that. Yeah.
So cool. Love that.
And like I said before, the thing just like moving my leg forward, that was like number one.
Yeah.
Could not believe, like, it was so hard. Like, I'd be like, and I finally got it. Yeah.
Got it. So what about like, so January happens. For those who don't know, or like not based in New York, there's a bulk of auditions that happen like in the winter, and it's like audition season, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it pretty much is. You can book any time of the year, but like it's just easier to call it.
It's a weird phenomenon.
It's a weird phenomenon. So coming into the new year, what were you kind of afraid of?
Yeah.
Or, like, any fears you had?
I was terrified. So my way to like get back into it was, I say I was pretty smart about it. So
Yeah.
while I was stuck on my couch, I was like,
Yeah.
all right, I can't dance. I'm going to focus on singing, just like sing my butt off.
Yeah.
So then
Yes.
when I move back to New York, I can go to singer calls and like
Smart.
make that my way to like
Smart. Yeah.
get back in without just jumping into a dance call and freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I started, just like,
Nice.
and I started by going to open singer calls that I knew I wouldn't get a call back for.
Yeah.
So things that I just like, was like,
so smart.
whatever, like no one's
Like,
gonna
we'll
know I was
see,
there.
yeah.
Yep. So I did that a few times.
That's
and
so smart.
That like
Mm-hmm.
dusted me off, like, okay, getting back in front of
I
people.
feel like dancers should do that.
Yeah,
all
just
the time.
anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, it was great. It
Yeah.
was such an experience, and now I feel really confident
Yeah,
going
going
into
into
singer
room.
calls.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Love that.
So I did that, and then when my PT started being like, okay, you can, like, I was in class
Yeah.
doing ballet, starting to do theater. He was like, just like go to some
I
auditions.
feel like I saw
Feel
you
it out.
your first ballet class.
Yes, I think you did. Yeah,
I
I'm
was
like
at BDC. And you were like, I'm gonna go.
freaking out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh Lord.
Good
yeah.
time.
So what I would do was I would go to auditions
Yeah.
and I would find people that I knew, and I would always sign up a little bit later. And then when they came back
Yeah.
from the room, I would be like, what was the combo?
Yeah.
So shout out to all the girls that
Yeah.
told me what the combo was, or like literally people would give me like a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Gotcha.
Like you should go home, or like
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah.
And my thing was like I still hadn't done like big jumps in any classes or anything, or like really like dance jumps with my PT yet. And then anything that like went to the ground, just like I was
Yeah,
not
no
ready
floor
for.
work, yeah.
This was in March, so this was when I was like, my PT was like, just
Yeah.
go out and try it.
Yeah.
So I would do that for a while. Definitely Houdini'd a few auditions, just like went into the room and was like, yeah, no, I'm not.
I'm gonna
and
leave
I would
now.
sneak out.
Smart. Yeah,
But,
you
like,
gotta do what you
didn't
gotta
care.
do. It's your time.
Yeah. And then the like most scary one that happened was I still hadn't really done many jumps yet, and I had done like regular leaps, but not like a calypso, which is where you like turn. How do you even explain it?
So like your front leg is straight, your back leg is bent, but it's like in a like arc kind of moment.
Yeah, and you're like turning.
Yeah.
And you land on one leg to come
Almost
down.
like a shooting star.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll go with that. Yeah.
So I hadn't done one of those yet.
Mhm.
And I was in a callback for Disney Cruise Lines,
Oh,
which is
wow.
a job I would love to do.
Oh my God,
I went to the singer call first.
Smart.
Got a call back from singing, which I was freaking out about.
I didn't know that.
Mhm. Like so excited.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
I went, you were at
I
the
was
dance
there.
call. She was there.
Yeah, I think so. I think
Right?
it was I was definitely at the singer call when you got
Oh,
the
yeah.
call back. I was probably.
I
at
feel
the
like you
dance
went to
call.
the dance call
Probably.
too. I'm pretty sure you were there.
I probably was. Wait, we were in the same room.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. We just
Dead.
worked together.
I know, we're like,
don't know.
who knows?
Yeah.
So this audition, go in, I'm like doing the dance
Yeah.
combo, and I remember there were like 60 people in our group or
Yeah,
something.
like
It
a
was
lot.
like it was this room that is notoriously slippery.
Slippery.
Yep, so slippery. So
Since
the second we
5:19,
walked
yeah.
in there, my heart sunk. I was like,
Mm.
I don't want to dance on a slippery floor and
Yeah.
take away everything I've worked
Yeah,
so hard for.
Mhm.
So that already, I was freaking out. Then they didn't have us do the combo like
Mhm.
at all really
Yeah.
until our group of 4.
Yeah.
And then
yes.
and there was a calypso jump, and I was like freaking out.
Oh.
So my other friend Lauren was there too, and we were both like in the back, and my eyes just started like welling up, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, like freaking
Yeah.
out. And like normally I wouldn't have, but because they like invited me to come to the dance call,
Yeah.
and it was a job I really wanted, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna like
Yeah.
die. So I went in my group, and I remember there was like a turn around yourself, and I like slipped just on the turn around
Oh,
yourself, and
okay.
then like I literally marked the whole rest of the combo, and my friend
Got
said
it,
my
yeah.
face was like,
That's what you gotta do.
yeah.
Rather just
So that was like my first like fail
Mm.
moment.
fail, break down the breakthrough, but
yeah,
like you're gonna go through it.
And then I
yeah.
went to my PT and I told him,
Yeah.
and he was like, well, why'd you freak out? And I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And he's like, you can do that jump, it's fine. And I was like, what?
Why
and
didn't
then-
you tell me?
Right.
Yeah.
And then he like that day he's like, just try to do some stuff, and he like made me do stuff, and I was like, oh, I can do all of this. So it was really like a mental thing
Yeah.
of just like I didn't feel like I was ready yet, even though like then I went.
Yeah.
My PT's like, you're fine. And then like it took him like sitting me down, and he was like, you are not gonna hurt yourself again.
Aw.
Like you
Yeah.
are fine.
You're fine.
Trust me, it's okay. I was like, all right. And then like that's when I kind of felt more
Yeah.
normal. Like
It's crazy how
going
like
in.
just it's mental. Like, it's
Yeah.
all mindset. It's all, like, trusting yourself rather than physical ability quite yet.
Yep. Yeah.
It's like the next part of your recovery is, like,
Yes,
trusting yourself.
exactly. Yeah, because, like, you can be told your body is okay, but, like, you have to believe it in your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
at that point I
crazy.
didn't, but then, like, I was learning how to. It was really scary.
That's so cool, though. So
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I feel like I know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Beginning of audition season, was your goal, like, I'm still going to book? Or was it like, let's just see how this
Yeah,
goes?
my goal, I write down my goals every year, and my goal was just to get callbacks. Like,
Love
that
that,
was it.
yeah.
I just wanted to get some callbacks and, like, from singing or dancing and, like, just see how it goes.
Yeah.
But I honestly wasn't expecting, I was expecting to, like, stay here in the summer and, like, keep auditioning and maybe book something in the fall.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. See what happens.
yeah, but that was just the goal, callbacks.
That was just the goal. Here's what happened. so I love the story about what you posted in your we're filming this in, like, April, but this will probably be launched, like, in June or something. But anyway, she just made this Instagram post about how she's booked her now current job she's about to do and, like, what that audition was like.
Yeah.
And that whole process. So why don't you tell us about it? Yeah.
So this audition was, I want to say it was only like a week and a half after the Disney fiasco.
Okay.
Yeah. So leading up to it, it was an appointment I got from Actors Access. I was so excited because, should I tell what? Norwegian Cruise Line.
Yeah.
So the company is a company I've been wanting to work for a long time. On tour, I had been saying to people, like, I really want to book a cruise after this. I did a cruise before, I just miss it. I want to make that money and
get that money.
Yeah, like, be paid to do what I love. And like, cruise is a great way. So I was so excited leading up to it. Like, where, you know how you have auditions where you just smash on your makeup, where you have the auditions where you really sit down and, like, put the makeup on.
Sometimes you're like, where am I? What audition is this?
Yeah.
And you're like, I know what this one is.
Yes. So that morning was like, I know what this is, and I'm putting on my makeup. Yeah. Like, picked a lip.
Intentional day.
Like,
picked a lip.
to match the outfit as opposed to, like, just grab a lip. She knows.
That. Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So I, like, put so much effort into it, was so excited, get to the audition, and I'm asking the girls, like, what's the combo? And they were all showing me, and they were like, so there is, like, a split down to the ground with your right leg in the back, which means that would be your supporting leg, which is my surgery leg. And my heart sunk, and I was like, I haven't done anything like that yet. Like, my bone is technically still healing. So it's still really sore to, like, put my knee on the ground.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my god. So I went into another room, like, tried to do it a few times, like, couldn't really do it.
Yeah.
I didn't feel comfortable. And I was freaking out. So then I went back in the room and I, like, looked at all the girls. I was like, yeah, you know, I think I'm just gonna Houdini this and go home. And they were all like, okay. So I put on my shoes, put on my jacket, grabbed my backpack, and walked into the hallway. And then, like, something in my brain was like, let me call my mom and, like, just see what she thinks, because I'd been talking to her about the audition, all of that. So I called her and I told her the situation, and she was like, just go in there. And I was like, what? And she's like, just, like, whatever part you can't do, just fudge it. Like, figure it out.
Wow.
She was like, it's a split to the ground. Just, like, put your hands in front of you and, like, with your arms, bring yourself down. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So I walked back and I'm like, JK, guys, I'm gonna do it. And all the girls were like, okay, like, this girl's crazy. And then I'm, like, announcing to them, I'm like, I just got knee surgery, like, don't think I'm nuts. I can dance.
Yeah.
So, like,
I just love
that.
all of our personalities that come out in an audition holding room.
Right.
It's like a different,
just, like, melt down. Yeah.
Truly.
So, it was crazy. So I went in, like, still, like, very nervous. We were in heels, which, like, made me more nervous.
It's like another layer.
Yeah. And then it was just, like, it ended up being perfect because there maybe 30 girls were in the group. They gave us so much time and space to try everything out. So I figured out, like, how to maneuver the split down to the ground. And honestly, like, I ended up basically being able to do what they wanted, just, like, put my hands down a second earlier than everybody else did. And it was so fast, like, they did not even notice. Yeah.
Yes.
It was crazy. And then there were also, so that was, like, the first cut. It was a crazy combo, like, one of the hardest combos I've done in forever.
Does crazy things.
Yeah. Crazy.
They're
like,
fun,
there was, like, a torn to an inside fan kick to the ground and, like, all this stuff.
Did you do elements?
Afterwards, yes.
combo.
I think we did that like a few years ago.
Maybe
together.
I can't
Probably.
remember. But
we've all done this.
My
combo.
friends have filmed it. I've like helped them film it, so I just like know it.
Yep. So that was the first
ridiculous,
cut,
yeah.
and then the second cut was Elements, which I had done maybe 2 years prior. So my body kind of knew it. We got to take our heels off.
Super technical.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's
very
leggy.
athletic. Yeah.
Like, all like deep plie into like crazy jumps.
Yes. Yeah.
So I was just like in the back, like, okay, you know what this combo is. Like, center yourself.
Yeah.
And luckily, 2 of the jumps are a chorus line jumps.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you're right.
Into the boom.
Yeah.
Bada bum.
I know exactly what you're saying.
So my body knew it very well. Like I knew exactly how to maneuver it.
Great. Yeah.
And it was like an amazing moment because when I did the jumps, which I had been doing for months in a chorus line, were higher than they had ever been.
Coming back stronger. From
and
an
I
injury.
like had a moment, like I was like tearing up in the audition. I was like, my legs are like doing way better than before.
Wow.
Like this was
crazy.
It was a full moment of like this is worth it.
Yeah.
My leg actually works now. Like I'm activating the muscles. I'm doing like it all right.
Yes. Love it.
It was crazy. Yeah. And then I got kept, and then it was for the singer dancer track. So we all danced and then sang. And then when I went in to sing, the lady, and like meanwhile, like the auditioners have no clue. Like I'm having like all these emotional like ups and downs that day, freaking out. And I go in, and she was like, "Melissa, where have you been?" And I was like, "What?" And she was like, "I am so impressed with your dancing." And I was like, "Oh, what?" Yeah, I know. And then I'm like, "Well, thanks. Like I've auditioned for you before. I was away for a while." And she was like, "Oh, cool." And she was like, "Well, I just like think you're great." And then I sang like all that stuff, and then she like looked at me and she was like, I hope I can get you on a ship soon." And I was just like, what? Like
you're like
little like that was truly like my first full out dance audition that I did.
That's
where
huge.
I felt back.
And even if you didn't book it, I feel like that would have been such a win in itself that day. Yeah.
It was crazy.
But she booked it. So a double win.
Yeah. It was a crazy day. I like called my mom after. I was like, "I think I got it. I don't know, but thanks for like telling me to go that route."
Mom.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mom, always.
If she didn't tell me, I would have left.
That's
So.
amazing. Love that.
Yeah, thanks, Mom.
So thanks, Mom. Going into like this new contract and like knowing that you can do more things, what is sort of your just like any like PT routine you do, or like is it more than it used to be, or all that stuff?
It's actually a lot simpler than I thought. So basically my PT, so I went to Neurosport, who does like all of the Broadway shows. They like know their dancers. And when I booked this, I was like, "Hey, can you like tell me what I need to be doing before every show?" All of this. And he was like, "Well, you know now like what muscles you need to activate and stabilize in exercises before you go on stage. So just like pick which ones you're in the mood for that day and do them." So like specifically just like stabilizing my hips, all of that, because that does everything in your leg. Yeah. So just all of my exercises, stabilizing my hips. Like some of them are with TheraBands, just all different things. And like just like really warming up my calves and just like
the other muscles around it.
And like just feeling like you're in your legs, which is like I don't know how to explain it, but
I don't know. Dancers will know.
Yeah.
If you're not a dancer, just know that that's what it is. Yeah.
So just, I don't know, like all things like that. So it's not many like PT exercises per se. A lot of it is stuff you do in the gym. Or like, so I've been seeing a personal trainer now that I'm done with PT, and my personal trainer will have me do what I did in PT, but like with weights, just amping it up a little bit. So my PT, he was like, like go to the gym in the morning before the show, like do one of those workouts, get all that in there. And then he was like, then do like your more calming, like Pilates, activating your core like crazy, so you're like in control. And then he's like, and then give yourself a little like 10-minute ballet bar, and like that's how you set your body up to do a performance. So that's my plan, and just like rolling out like crazy.
Crazy.
Like before I work out, before a show, after a show, all of that. And just like I feel like I'm much more in tune now with my muscles, because I had to also, my leg shrunk in half. I need to show you the picture. So it's called muscular atrophy, and because I didn't use my muscles for 6 weeks, my leg literally, it was half the size, and it was like black. It was crazy. Like my leg died. So when I started PT, I had to learn how to activate all the muscles that I had been using my whole life.
Yeah.
But it was great because I learned how to do it the right way as opposed to what was like my instinct.
Yeah. That's
so
amazing.
now I know
Yeah.
like when I'm doing things like what is right and what like I need to change.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really cool. Like that in
Yeah.
itself, I feel like I got like an MFA. And
Yeah. In like body
Yeah,
knowledge.
right.
Yeah. I love
Yeah.
that. So I guess to finish out, what would be your advice to people who are dealing with, whether it's injury and they need surgery, or just an injury that is just feels like it's stopping them in their career or something along those lines?
I just think it's important to know like however long a recovery is or anything, it seems so long in the moment, but really it's just like a little like droplet in the water.
Life. Yeah.
Like it's really not as much as you think. So to like just get past that is the first step, and just know like there's so much time to do everything that you need to do. So don't freak out about time. It's okay.
Yeah.
And also just knowing like being in tune with your body and being honest with what it needs.
Yeah.
So I'll tell a quick story.
Do it.
One of my friends, Jenna, who she has a business
Yes.
called Problem Solved by Jenna. I don't know if you know her.
But go for it. Wait. Sounds familiar.
She does.
Yeah.
She'll help with like making reels and like music, getting new songs. She's great. So she tore, I forget if it was like her ACL and meniscus, something like that. And she was telling me like, oh, but I can still dance, like I'm fine, and I'm gonna do a contract that I signed. And I was like, and it was at a regional theater, like a show she really liked, you know. And I was like, just hear me out, like your career is so much, it's worth so much more than one contract.
Yeah.
And it feels so important at the time, but when you really think about it, like taking care of yourself is so much more important than like trying to stay relevant and trying to do things. I actually missed a whole leg of the Chorus Line tour in China, and I knew that, and I knew getting this surgery I wouldn't be able to go to China. But which like a lot of people are like, you missed going to China with this national tour, but I knew my body was more important, so I like spoke to Jen about that, and she ended up making the decision to not do the contract and get her surgery. And it's just, in the moment it just feels so scary, but you need to know like afterwards it's gonna be fine. It really is. Like you just have to be positive. Like
just I think like performers and dancers in general are always like, I have to be perfect. I have to like if someone tells me to do something, I just have to do it. And that's not. You're human.
Like you are in control of your life. You are in control of how everything is going to go. Like make the decisions that you feel are right for you, and like not for what other people think you should be doing, or just be smart.
Be smart. Everything that's on your schedule, girl, you put there. Like, and that's a weird and hard thing to like think about. And sometimes I'm like, I have to go to work. I put that work schedule like on my calendar. Like that's how it is. So it kind of just like filters in the same way. So anything else you want to add to the peeps? Or
I don't think so.
I didn't know.
Follow me on Instagram at Mel KB.
Just do it.
Follow my YouTube channel, Mel KB Vlogs.
Yes.
I'll be vlogging my cruise life.
We want to know all the things. All the travel, the money, the fun. Just stay. That's just like on my goal list this year is like raise the income. So like that's where I'm at with my mind. But you know, thanks for chatting with us.
Thank you.
All right, guys, have a great day. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.
Bye.